friends, it's Pixie. Welcome back to my place. Glad you could join me. I'm so excited for this video. It's my birthday. It was my birthday. I turned 31 on April 14th, and finally doing this video is my birthday treat to myself. So I'm sitting here to introduce the game, and then I'm gonna start drawing, and I have no idea what, but we're gonna find out together. So, the way this is gonna work, I have a list of all of the books that I own but haven't read, that's numbered, and I'm gonna use a random number generator to generate 2 of them, and I'm gonna take the words in the titles of those books and brainstorm up a drawing or a painting. So it's not gonna be like a cover illustration challenge, and because I'm combining 2, and I'm gonna try not to take too much inspiration from the actual books, though if that happens, because I'm likely to know something about the books I own, if it happens and I want to include it, I'm not gonna like stop myself, because it's all about just finding the inspiration. Okay, our first prompt is 14, and book number 14 is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. All right, exciting. And the second one is 8. And number 8 is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. That's cool. I have the first 2 books in that series, but number 8 is actually book 1, so that's pretty cool. Okay, we have the 2 books. Now I need to sketch brainstorm. I will see you when I'm ready.
Hi there, it's Future Pixie here. So I realized that I never gave a synopsis of these books, and they're going to be quite short because, as usual, I don't like knowing too much detail before I read a book. So A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith is a coming-of-age story, I think, about a poor girl and her family living in Brooklyn, New York, in the 1910s and 1920s. Pretty much all I know about it is that they're poor and she wants to be a writer. And apparently the New York Public Library named it the novel of the century, the last century. So that's pretty cool. I got this at a charity shop, and the Swedish translation I have is for some reason divided into 2 books. So the one I have is only part 2. I don't know if I am gonna try to find part 1 and read that as well, or if I'm just gonna read the part that I have. We'll see. But I'm excited to find out about this young girl and her dreams. Now, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs was super popular a few years ago. And it's also a charity shop find, which is a theme you will discover with my owned TBR, because books are expensive and I'm poor. So anyway, it's about a teen who finds these photos, and I think other documents as well, that document this home for peculiar children, and it's supposed to be spooky. And that's pretty much all I know, and that's all I need to know. There are like photos and things within the book, so it's a bit mixed media. So I'm really excited about that. I hope I like it because, like I said, I do have the second book in the series as well, because the charity shop had that also, and it was like €1. So I was like, I think I'm gonna like this. Might as well get the second one when it's cheap. Now, about the drawing. By the way, I'm not quite decided how I want to do in the future with talking about the books once I have read them. So please let me know if you think that I should read them before I record a voiceover and wait to publish the video until I have read the books, or if you think I should do what I'm gonna do this time, which is talk about them in a different video once I have read them, and talk more about the drawing and painting process in this one. So when it comes to ideas for illustrations, everyone will tell you that you shouldn't go with your first idea, that you should keep pushing to get more unexpected, more creative ideas. So when I had sketched out a tree with children growing out of it and worked hard in there, I dutifully did a couple of other sketches. It might actually have been just one more sketch, because I really just wanted to draw a tree because I like drawing trees, even though it's literally there in the title, so it's not very pushing it. But I have no regrets, actually. I added in the little roof and the window and the eyes in the window after I had started sketching out the painting on the paper, so it was a spontaneous addition. The main thing I sketched out was the heart and the tree and the kids. And I made like an inspiration board on Pinterest to have some better idea of how to draw tree branches in a more realistic way, because that's actually something I struggle a little bit with. Even though I love drawing like naked spooky trees, I don't feel like I'm very good at it. So I also took it as an opportunity to practice that, and I really enjoyed it. As for the choice of using the brown toned paper, I don't actually remember why I made that choice, but I do like that I ended up creating a more earthy, like muted painting as opposed to how I normally work. And that's what I really love about this kind of challenge, that even though this painting is very me, it's not something that I would have thought of spontaneously. And I just think that's so exciting. And I obviously love working books into it. So, like I say, I really hope to do this regularly, but these videos are also kind of a lot of work. So we'll see if I can make it. That depends on what my work life looks like and what my finances look like and boring stuff like that, unfortunately, because, life, capitalism, etc. I painted this over the course of a few days because I needed daylight and energy at the same time, and it's not such a straightforward thing. I am not in shape right now to sit and paint for 4 hours straight, and that would also be really bad for my back, so I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. I mainly used gouache for this, mostly from Arteza, because most of them are actually light fast, and if I am to open commissions, I want to use light fast paint, so I wanted to get used to working like that again, as opposed to my Himi Mia gouache set that I really love, but the paints are not light fast. I also used a little bit of colored pencil, and I super love the color pencil texture on top of gouache, and also on top just of the toned paper. I think it looks so nice. I really like pencil texture, and like when you can see that it's a drawing. I don't know if that makes sense word-wise, but it's the same kind of thing as like expressive and visible brush strokes, like just painterly, or I guess drawerly artworks is something I really enjoy, maybe just because I love drawing so much, I don't know, but I think it looks nice. Also, circling back to the question of my back, you will notice that a lot of this footage hasn't been like from a top down, like how art videos traditionally would be filmed, and that's because I use an iPad stand to tilt my working surface so I can sit with better posture. So that's really helpful for me, and that's something you can expect to see in future art videos as well. Though I will film top down sometimes because I do like how that looks and the view it gives you. But I'm just going to be a bit sparse with it to save my body a little bit. And speaking of body, I forgot to mention why I added the heart. So if you know me, you know that I love to draw anatomical hearts, and it's something I keep coming back to. I added it this time because of the word home in the Miss Peregrine book. Heart and home are two closely connected concepts for me. I am a very homely. Does that mean what I think it means? Please let me know if you know. But I love home. I'm a homebody, I think is what I'm trying to say. And I just feel a strong emotional connection to having my safe place. And I've been like this since I was a child. I think that's probably how most people are. But I've just been thinking extra much about it. That's not proper English grammar, sorry. I've just been thinking a lot about it recently since I am trying to go full-time as an artist, because that unexpectedly made me feel a lot more at home in the world, in capitalist society in general. A big part of what radicalized me and made me draw anti-capitalist revolutionary conclusions was that my limitations in what I can do means that I don't have a place in capitalism. Capitalism does not want me, and I would be dead if I wasn't so lucky to have been born in a rich imperialist country and have a family who is able to and wants to help me. And that's just been a really bad feeling that I've had for most of my life, definitely all of my adult life. And now taking this step has made me feel like I can make my own place while this system is still, I was going to say functioning, but capitalism isn't functioning, but while capitalism still exists. So, I don't know. I'm feeling sentimental about the concept of home recently and belonging in a place, even if it's not necessarily a physical place like a house. And on that personal sentimental note, I think I'm going to leave this. I really hope you enjoyed this. I must shout out my patrons for supporting me, because Patreon support gives me more freedom to do things like this that are unexpected, where I can just be taken away in the process, because it means I have to rely less on commissions. So super big thank you to patrons. Love you. If you're interested in supporting me, there is a link below as usual. And if not, I still super appreciate you for being here and hanging out with me. And if you have read any of these 2 books, please let me know what you thought of them, without spoilers, obviously. And I hope to see you next time. So, until then, take care. Bye!